Why did Spanish America split into multiple countries while Brazil stayed united after independence? Let's break it down. A main reason is how Spain set up its colonies versus how Portugal set up their colonies. In particular, Spain managed its American colonies as a mosaic of viceroyalties. You had New Spain, you had Peru, you had New Granada. Each had its own government promoting strong regional identities. In contrast, Portugal managed its South American territory as just one unit, fostering a united Brazilian identity. Another reason is geography's role. Spanish America's vast, varied landscape. You had mountains, jungles, huge distances. All of this just hindered communication, encouraging regionalism. At the time of independence, Portuguese colonies in Brazil were mostly concentrated along the Atlantic coast, and therefore there was better integration in those colonies. Another reason is economic factors. Spanish America had diverse economic centers, primarily split up between mining and agriculture. This diversity led to distinct regional economies, paving the way for separate nations. Brazil's economy was far more uniform, centered around the sugar trade in particular. Another reason is political dynamics. The Napoleonic Wars shook Spain. Napoleon actually put his own brother on the Spanish throne, leaving Spain without a legitimate royal in the eyes of both its own citizens and the colonies. This, of course, weakened Spain's grip on its colonies, ultimately leading to various independence movements. Portugal's royal family actually moved to Brazil during this time, bolstering Brazilian unity. Could you imagine if the Spanish royal family relocated to Latin America during this time? Maybe all of Spanish America would be united if that was the case. Another reason is the influence of the Enlightenment. Spanish America, influenced by the Enlightenment ideals, sought republican forms of government. This led to fragmentation because there were very different groups making up Latin America with distinct interests. Conservatives, liberals, free people, enslaved people, indigenous people. Democracy requires society to be at least somewhat aligned in what it's seeking, and that wasn't the case in colonial Latin America. Brazil, on the other hand, under a monarchy, had a unifying figurehead and power was more centralized. It didn't really matter what your views were. There was a monarch and he was going to deal with things as he was. And there you have it. These are the main reasons why Brazil is one country and Spanish America contains many countries. What do you think? Are there any other reasons why Spanish America split up? Let me know in the comments.